Product is a really interesting field. It's just an area that's ripe to get more diversity in and get a broader set of people who are, quite frankly, shaping the products of the future.
The study was meant to actually say, what is really happening in this industry? What are women feeling?
Our hope in issuing this report and the recommendations is that people take those recommendations seriously and make some adjustments in their current practices.
One of the big issues our research revealed is product managers mostly learn on the job. This is true regardless of gender. But women are even less likely to get any formal training.
I learned most of my skills through doing hackathons.
Always having that beginner's mindset and having a little bit of courage to admit when you don't know something, that's allowed me to learn along the way. But there's been no formal training, no specific education.
A lack of formal training may hold women back in their product management careers. Companies should provide women with training in hard product skills and leadership skills at each stage of their career.
We offer support and we help grow our women PMs at Google through a variety of efforts. So first and foremost, it starts with a manager. But then we at Google constantly think, what is that broader set of trainings and skills and support that we offer at the company level?
Our survey showed women and product management face additional challenges, including lack of mentorship, lack of respect, and identity-based discrimination. Many women of color face significant barriers to promotion.
Especially early on in my career, I was the only sometimes woman or person of color in the room building product.
You may have someone who says something and doesn't realize that, it's inappropriate. You have to kind of channel how you handle it. That is something that in our community, in Black women in product, that we talk about in terms of how to manage that. How does it make you feel? How do you think it should be addressed?
Companies that want to improve the workplace for women of color and other women with intersectional identities must focus specifically on the needs of these groups.
When people are seeing bias in the workforce, that is where leaders need to step up. I do think we spend time at Facebook as you're rising through the ranks. We offer foundational training, managing bias, managing inclusion, be the ally, and so that you are speaking the same language, and that's like a starting point.
There is no clear path to promotion.
I was talking to a friend and he said, promotion is 100% someone else's definition of success for you. When you get promoted, you've hit someone else's bar.
Do you know what's required of you to go from product manager to senior product manager to director?
We recommend companies create and publish the requirements and process for promotions and address inequities in annual promotion results.
Promotions, on the other hand, are tricky business. There isn't enough transparency as what it takes to get to a director level or what it takes to get to a senior product manager. We were actually trying to have these conversations with our employees at PayPal. These are the things we would be looking for.
Product managers come from varied backgrounds, though a majority come from business or technical backgrounds. There are many pathways that successful product managers could take into the field if given the opportunity.
There's a lot of enigma around how do I break into product. That, for me, was one of the biggest barriers.
Every 5 or so years, the set of skills needed are totally different, and so you can't always look at your current organization to say, you have what I need. You have to go and find courses.
A lot of these job descriptions are requiring you to have a technical background, which isn't necessarily required for a product management role.
Companies overlook a rich pool of potential candidates when they set requirements based on a minimum number of years in product management positions or specific technical degrees.
For many years, product management was a direct derivative of engineering, and thus an engineering degree or an equivalent technical degree was a must-have. That's no longer the case. Google's hiring practices really evolved towards being much more product-centric, strategy-centric, analytics-centric, people-centric. The expectations of our product managers is much more to be people of the world, understanding these nuanced issues, being able to communicate around them. Now, as Google has grown as a company, and now we do a variety of different things, we also have a lot of different domain expertise. So it really is no longer even what your background is, and more of what you're passionate about and transferable skills. Can you take what you've done in your prior life, and does that apply through a product lens at Google?
1/3 of men and women who respond to the survey acknowledged the need for standards across the industry. The lack of consistency from one product management organization to the next can be challenging when crafting a career.
if I'm aiming for something and I'm offering the specifics of what I'm aiming for, I should be met with that same level of specificity from the organization.
Product managers report they face role ambiguity. Common standards across the industry would address that challenge. And then companies could develop training programs that correlate to those criteria.
There's a real opportunity here for companies across the industry to do some standardization. Having some clear goals and standards for the industry would also help people find educational resources that everybody would accept. There's value to sort of everybody in the ecosystem if we collaborate a little bit on that.
Because when there are no clear standards, bias creeps in.
It is the welcoming of different perspectives and different identities that allows us to not only help us build the best products possible, but also, build the workforce of the future, where everyone is represented, is included, and is thriving.
I don't want 10 years from now, someone goes to a tech company and they're the only Black product manager.
There are women doing amazing work in all aspects of the industry.
It's not just us improving ourselves, telling our story, knowing our value, but for others who are allies to see our challenges and help us too. So I feel like it's important that we, women, are not the best kept secret.